This first news story comes to us from The Verge, written by Wes Davis, Jay Peters, and Richard Lawler. Meta announces its Quest 3 VR headset, which will cost $499.99. Meta has officially announced its Quest 3 VR headset in a post on Mark Zuckerberg's Instagram. The headset is coming this fall with a 128 gig version available for $500, plus an additional storage option for those who want more space at an unspecified price. Compared to its predecessor, the Quest 2, the Quest 3's design is lighter and more comfortable with a 40% slimmer optic profile, without taking its foam facial interface into account, while a new Snapdragon chip inside has twice the graphics performance. Weren't we just talking about that on like an episode a couple months back? And there was some crazy dude in the comments who was like, "That'll never happen. That'll never." How dare you? Like,
PlayStation VR is a sophisticated piece of material, and Meta could never reach the likes of it.
I know, he was like standing up.
I think that's around what he said.
It was something along the lines of like, hey, PSVR 2 will always be more powerful because it's hooked up to a PS5. And then a Quest 2 is like, hold my beer.
Right.
Here, we're doubling granted, like, it doesn't necessarily mean the Quest 3 is going to beat the PSVR 2 in any way, but just by doubling the graphics performance, like, that gets it pretty dang close. Like, we're very close now.
We're right there.
Like,
we are right there.
Hot on PSVR 2's heels, and it's completely wireless, which is wild. So let me continue here. It's also compatible. I love this. It's also compatible with the Quest 2's games. Wow, they did the bare minimum that PlayStation could not even do. Wow.
You mean the things I already bought on a similar platform? I can just keep playing them?
Yeah, wild, right?
No way.
Meta said that starting June 4th, the Quest 2 will drop its price by $100 to $300, which that's a wild. I don't know how we didn't talk about that. So apparently, like 6 months ago, they
pushed it back.
They pushed it up $100, and now they're saying, oh, it's being discounted down to $300. Like, wait a second. No, it used to be $300. You just jacked it up like 6 months ago.
Right.
So
inflation. That's what they were saying.
It seems a little shady to me.
And now it's back down to
so it'll
the
be
original price because the components are probably cheap again.
I think it's I don't know. I think it's this kind of a scammy thing, just because, like, hey, the new one's coming out. This one's discounted, and people who don't,
we gotta get rid of this inventory.
People who don't know are gonna be like, wow, it's so cheap. Where meanwhile, the rest of us are like,
it was always that
price. What are you talking about? If you're interested in Quest 3, you can sign up for more information. In addition, an upcoming software update for the Quest 2 and Meta's more expensive Quest Pro will increase their CPU and GPU performance and enable dynamic resolution scaling. That's wild to me that they can improve the quality of my Quest 2 just through a firmware update. Like, that's awesome. Sick. I can't wait to check out my Quest 2. Somehow they're upgrading my CPU and GPU just with a firmware update. I don't know how that works, but magic, apparently.
I'll take it.
So that's kind of, I guess there's new controllers, new Touch Plus controllers, which look they say they're completely redesigned. They basically look the same, but they just don't have like the hoop that goes over the top.
I was going to say the thing around your...
Like I have mine.
Yeah.
So like this little like hoopy thing that goes over your thumbs, like they just got rid of that. That's basic. And it's supposed to have haptic. That is the other thing. Like similar to the PlayStation 5 DualSense, it has haptic vibration in it. So you can actually like feel what's in the game. Like these vibrate, but it's like, it's whatever.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
Haptics and vibration are not the same.
Yeah. If you ever pick up a DualSense, like you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Like, oh, okay, no, it's not just shaking and vibrating. Like there's a purpose behind it and a specific feeling. And I think there's more cameras in the headset, which is kind of impressive. There's 4 cameras split evenly between the left and right sides, 2 of which are full color cameras and 2 standard. And a single depth sensor in the middle that can improve this headset's AR performance. So essentially, like it'll be not only the normal infrared cameras as a full color camera, and then with that new depth sensor, they've talked about in the little trailer that they put out that it's going to have more realistic depth perception. So like when you're like So I think in the trailer they showed there was like a chess game or something was on a table, and the guy like you can actually like reach out in it, and it just feels more natural. Because even like in a VR headset, it can feel very much like things are just a little off because it's not really there.
1-to-1 at times. Yeah.
So like your hand's here, but like really it's kind of over here. Where the idea is like with this new sensor, like like. Your table's right here. All right. Well, like your table's there in the game, like that type of thing. Like everything's going to be a lot more accurate, more precise, which will make things more immersive. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm down to like, I don't know if there's a way to trade in an old headset. Like, is that something you can do at GameStop and trade in your old, or like sell it on eBay,
or sell your 2? Yeah.
Sell the 2 and get, cause I don't know this. I love my 2 and this 3 looks dope. Like everything I'm seeing about it sounds fantastic, but what do you think of it?
So yeah, I'm absolutely picking up one of these. They have sold. I was sold when I watched the event about it, and Oculus Publishing showed that they had a gang of titles that they were on deck for.
They actually have
not
games,
just one exclusives, like other competing platforms, which I think are getting ready to be crushed by this, honestly. And I don't mean that in like a ha-ha way. I mean that in like a, when you look at the numbers on the boards, it's a much better price point. It's $500 versus $900 to $1,000 for PSVR. You get your backlog of games that you've already paid for. They play fine or even better, depending on if developers want to update them. Mm-hmm. There's a gang of titles coming. The tech is much better than the 2 in a smaller form factor. It's also still cordless or corded if you want to do full-on VR with a PC. You have that option. So on paper, this is the much better deal.
Yeah.
And I don't know how in good conscience and being a good steward of your money that you can choose PSVR over this when you look at what's on the table. I think Sony really either fumbled the bag with PSVR 2, or they just, I don't know, maybe they have some trick up their sleeve, but I don't really see it working out for them. And I really think they should have, and I say it all the time, and I'll say it to this day, I think they should have taken that energy and put it into a portable.
Yeah.
After seeing the market since 2017 and seeing that portables are blowing up again.
I mean, or at the, like, even if PSVR 2 just had backwards compatibility with PSVR 1,
then it could be more compelling.
That would be way more compelling. But the fact that the like hundreds of dollars in games that I spent for PSVR suddenly don't transfer over to PSVR 2 is absolutely
What were they thinking with that?
Wild.
What were they thinking?
Because
so now I have to rebuy those hundreds of dollars worth of games if I want to play them again.
If they
I can't even play them
because
they get updated to support 2.
Exactly. If they even get updated to support 2, because that's the weird thing. Because technically PSVR 1 is compatible with a PS5, so like you can still play them. But imagine I don't know who over at Sony designed this, but like that means you have to own 2 headsets. You have to have a PSVR 1 and a PSVR 2 in order to play the full library, which is a bizarre thing. Like absolutely wild.
So you want me to keep the much worse headset to have a much worse time overall to play my old games rather than make me get the new thing to play the old stuff on?
Yeah.
That may make it look even better.
Crazy.
Make it make sense, dude.
Doesn't at all.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Quest. Meanwhile, Quest over here is like, you can play whatever you want. We don't care.
You can play whatever you want.
You can play all your Quest games.
Here's another game.
Yeah.
Oculus Publishing. Here's another game. And another game. And another. Oh, you didn't like that? Here's 2 more. Here's 3 more.
Yeah.
And then here's all our third-party partners that are coming out with stuff too.
So good. And
just showed me off the bat, you got support coming for at least the next 2-3 years.
Yep. And with Oculus Link, like you said, it totally opens up. You can play anything on Steam. Like at that point, it's not even an Oculus thing anymore. Like even things that come out on
it's a Rift.
It's a Rift. It's a Valve Index. It's a whatever you want it to be. Like, you can play any VR games on Steam now that you plugged in your computer. So yeah, I am excited about this. I cannot wait. It says
I'm definitely picking one up.
Says they're going to share more at their Connect event on September 27th. So we'll get more details on the headset itself. We just got kind of like big bullet point things, like as far as like about the camera, the size, and like double the performance. But what does this actually mean? So we're going to hear more in September. I'm excited about that.
I'll be there.
And hopefully that
give me
means,
a pre-order date.
I mean, if the event's in September, hopefully that means sometime in October, just in time for my birthday. So if you guys are wondering what to get me for my birthday,
you can work it.
I was thinking you, Adrian. Hopefully, you can, you can get me a VR headset for my. No, just kidding. Come on,
I'll throw a couple bucks your way,
Mr. Moneybags over there. No,
we'll see. We'll see soon.
Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.